Hello, my name is Edwin Hubble, and today we will be talking about my galactic observations and how it has impacted science as well as astronomy. Uh, in the beginning, what we were trying to prove was that the universe wasn't made up only of the Milky Way galaxy, but rather it was a composition of many different galaxies. We also found out that the galaxies were indeed expanding as Einstein had predicted, and we provided a way to classify galaxies by grouping them according to appearance. The project began in California at the Mount Wilson Observatory, which is located in LA at the San Gabriel Mountains near Pasadena, to be exact, which is a perfect place to put an observatory, by the way. Um, During this time, there were many different events going on around the planet. Uh, Women were allowed to vote finally in every single state in the United States. World War One was just ending, uh, but in our specific field of study, the most important one was that the Hooker telescope, which is a 100-inch telescope, was being developed and finished, about to be finished, which was, of course, the largest telescope at the time. During the project, it was mainly me. We had a few different observers, but the project itself wouldn't have been able to be finished if it wasn't for some very big names like Mr. Henrietta Swan, who provided the period luminosity relationship, of course, for Cepheids, which are the stars that pulsate, and Mr. Vesto and Milton L. Hamasons, which provided the measurements, which were able to, which I was able to find a relationship between distance and their redshifts, of course. I must also acknowledge Mr. Georges Lemaitre, which was a Belgian Catholic priest and physicist who was able to relate my findings with Einstein's relativity theory. Um, my role during the project was mainly to be the observer. That's that was the main role that I had during the experiment, of course. How has this impacted the science and physics community? I would say that it had a very big impact. The reason why is because during that time, people believed that I was crazy, that by saying that there were more galaxies than just the Milky Way in the universe. So it was definitely a breakthrough idea, really. It changed the mindsets of a lot of scientists and astronomers at the time. But it wasn't only that. It was the main thing that changed the physics community was that the idea that the universe was expanding was, even though Einstein had predicted it already, it wasn't really concluded until that time, which of course tell us so much about our universe. I was asked why did I believe that the that astronomy should be considered for Nobel prizes. Well, the main idea about that is that astronomy Astronomy is the study of celestial objects, which in turn are a part of the natural world. And the natural world, well, the laws that define the natural world are also a part of physics, as we call it. That's why I believe that astronomy should also be a part of physics. Thanks.